this one. He went inside, outside, he weighed it up, he looked for the gap, and he burst through it. I think he's done it! What a finish! Unbelievable!
All right, good afternoon and welcome everybody to 2018, and as I always say, if you've been here before, what's my line? Happy New Year everyone! Delighted to have you here. Sorry that we've kept you waiting, but as I said earlier on, the best things are worth waiting for, and this team is definitely worth waiting for. They are one of the best teams. So ladies and gents, they are the favourites for 2018. Put your hands together, make lots of noise for our 2018 Volvo Cars Poole Pirates! Perfect timing on the applause. You just saw them all get to their seats, so well done on that. First part of the show is complete and done in good time. I know that we're pushing for an interview which is scheduled for TV for Matt and Chris, so I'm going to go straight to interviews. And first of all, please put your hands together for the boss. Put your hands together for Matt Ford, please. Matt, 2018, it's certainly got our appetites whetted. I know yours is. But first of all, let's put the record straight, because we know straight away, looking at the team, race jackets this year, 1 or 2 changes, and I'd like you to be the one that puts it to bed with regard to ongoing costs and issues of that nature.
Yeah, I think everyone knows that the television contract this year is probably it's less than. I've lost over 90% of that, and as has everybody else as well. The difference really is that this club is owned just by us, by Helen and myself, and we just literally have to make some cuts, and that is one which that I made the decision to do. Now, I actually thought, I've been kind of dreading it, if I'm honest, wondering how it would be. But having seen them, it just brings back great memories to me of seeing individuality of each rider. And you know, the truth is, I've got to say, I think that they're well turned out, and that's good enough for me. And by the way, the truth is, it doesn't help you go quicker. And it won't put one person on the crowd. So, you know, I hate to say it, but there's a 5-figure saving just in that one thing. Well, from my point of view, I've been guilty of getting the odd rider wrong on occasion, so it's going to make my job easier. So thank you for that. There were rumours during the winter of various names being linked with Poole. Are there riders in waiting, in effect? Yeah, there are. There's there's some that aren't with us today that I still want to play a huge part of the future of the club, with, you know, people like Jack in particular, again, there's one guy here. I don't even know if he's inside. I don't think he is. He's probably still out in the pits. But Frederick Jakobsen's someone that I rate highly. He's over here for a couple of days. He's going to have a spin this afternoon. Lovely to see Bjarne here as well. I don't know if he's outside at the moment, but fantastic to see Bjarne here, and you know, the guy bleeds blue, as we all know. So, well, he won't be the only face that we'll be seeing over the coming few days, and of course, leading up to our big 70th anniversary, lots of familiar faces will be showing up. We'll come to that perhaps in a minute, but this year it was difficult putting the team together and announcing the team, because I know that you waited a long time for confirmation that the Polish rule was going to be relaxed, and that in fact served as the last piece in the jigsaw for you. absolutely. I mean, I was desperate to bring Linus into the club, and we had to wait a long time. He kept saying to me, "Are you okay to hold on?" And I understand if you can't, but I said, "No, I'm committed. As long as you stay committed, that's good enough for me. That this is the way that I want to go." And so, it sadly means that you have to release others. And Hans has done nothing wrong at all over the last couple of years. I think he's been excellent. I just wanted to try something different. I have a real feeling about Linus, and as I do, if I'm honest, about all of them. So it's an exciting team. I've got to say that it's certainly, in terms of season tickets, we're up 20%, which is fantastic. That's the first time I've been able to say that for 6 or 7 years. So it's encouraging that people feel the same way.
Absolutely. Well, it is a big year. 2018 marks 70 years for Poole Speedway. Such an important year. Some of the things that you've got planned, it's not just about the 70th anniversary meeting, not about the gala dinner, but there's more as well later in the year with another event that you've got planned.
Yeah, we've got lots going on this year. I mean, I think everyone would have seen the club begin to change its presence at Christmas when Helen ran the shop for 6 weeks. That was immense to the club. I mean, I can't tell you how that took us forward in terms of exposure. I think that's the impetus for the season ticket sales. I think it's also, we've brought on Neil Meldrum, who is in here somewhere, just at the back. Neil, of course, was the boss at the Echo, and Neil's doing a fantastic job. He's got his own company that he's looking after our social media, and those of us because some people it's hard, and by the way, I'm one of them. I'm not very good on social media. Much of it I stick clear of because I don't like reading the things that are written on there. But I've got to say that our presence on Twitter, Facebook, and I think there's talk about it now going to Instagram as well. I've got to say that it's been exceptional, and a big mention to Mick Peake, who's done all of our graphics and our designs and etc. But the whole Magnificent Seven thing that Neil came up with, we spoke about, and I think that worked perfectly. It kept the club in the public eye, and I can exclusively reveal the design, because this wasn't just a whim. This was not just about us having a pick of who we thought were going to be the best riders. We wanted this to appear on a t-shirt. We wanted it to appear as a poster like the Magnificent Seven, and this is it.
Ta-da! That is quite some poster, isn't it? I will make sure that I leave with a t-shirt before I go.
and just it says here, Poole Pirate Production, produced by Matt Ford, directed by Neil Midley. He gets tearful because his dad was in it, and everyone knows when he goes, I go. So.
All right. Final thing then, or a couple of final things. You've done it again. Matt is emotional, I can tell you here. Give you a second just to
I'm good.
catch.
I'm good.
You've done it again. Favourites, bookies' favourites for 2018.
Yeah, I'm genuinely, honestly, I think I've mentioned it with Ned when we did from the Echo, that we did an interview last week, and I said that occasionally, sometimes you get lucky in the sport, and we were we lucky to sign Ricardson, and lucky to sign Chris Holder, and lucky to sign Darcy Ward? I don't think there's and Magic and etc. I don't know if that's quite what it was, but that we've kind of lost. There is an element where we've lost that touch, but I genuinely feel that in Linus, in Kacper, in Szczepaniak, those three guys would not be in Britain if it wasn't for us. So they would not ride anywhere else. I'm absolutely 100% sure of that they're here because we wanted them. And that's the way that the club is built. I hope that... Did I say something wrong? Did I say something wrong?
I think they must be making faces.
Yeah.
Am I right?
But the truth is that they wanted to come here, and I know that they're looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. So it's going to be. I genuinely think it'll be a great year.
On a serious note, we have got something just to discuss. A little bit of a last-minute googly which has been thrown our way. I'm sure you would want to explain.
Yeah, and now is the time to explain it. This is literally something that's happened in the last 36, 48 hours, and we've got a small issue that Chris needs to resolve a couple of things. He's here today, he's practicing today. Sadly, it will mean that he won't be able to start the season for probably 2 weeks. We've got cover. I'm just waiting for the BSPA to confirm, but we're hoping that Peter Kilderman's going to step in for a couple of weeks. So we're covered well. We've got a great rider coming in. Of course, this isn't what we want. We would much prefer that Chris was starting afresh, but he just has one or two things that he needs to sort out. And once that's done, he'll be in the team. So we didn't want anyone reading into anything and thinking that there was a problem. There's absolutely not an issue. I can't wait for him to join us in a couple of weeks.
Neither can we, and we'll talk to him in a minute. But for now, Matt Ford. Probably the best time then to call up the man himself. Let's have a word, please, and a big hand for the returning pirate. Chris Holder! The love's in the room, mate, and I've got to say we're looking forward to seeing you back on track. I'm sorry that it's going to be a couple of weeks. We won't go into the details. I know that's a personal issue, but just to say that I know the relationship, people have read into a relationship between yourselves and Matt, but there's no issues.
No, there's not. They make a big deal out of it, but yeah, sorry, obviously can't be at the start, but a lot of ongoing things going on behind the scenes, but it's coming to an end, which is good, and I'm looking forward to being back and getting amongst it. So track's been, we rode on Wednesday, it was great, so great team again that we got, and all the boys, I know them all, so looking forward to it. 2017,
definitely a year you want to put behind you.
I reckon since about 2013 I want to scrub all them. But yeah, of course, like I said, there's been a lot of stuff going on. It's been difficult to turn up to race, and I'm so happy that it's ending, and Matt's even been involved helping with it now, so that's even better, and that just sums up how it is. But yeah, the last year was just terrible, to put it lightly, but I'm looking forward to being back. It's I need to start enjoying it again.
It's good to have you back in the family. You agree?
Yeah.
I'm sure that everybody will be, all the riders at least, will be aiming to get a glance at that number one jacket, and I should imagine that you would like very much to recapture it at some point.
I'm happy to stay down here, that's all right.
He1's never popular.
No, you got to test the track, and usually off the worst gate, so good luck to be okay with that. But I'm sure he'll be fine. He's done a good job last year, and he's getting better and better, so maybe I'm just getting older, so I'm slipping down a little bit, but I'm looking to have a really good season and be successful, and get back in the points and get back to where I was.
I remember when I mentioned that to Watty, he said it's more about experience. It's not getting old, you get experienced.
I thought you meant about one. I think Watty wrote it one, did he?
No, I don't think he ever did.
I'm kidding. You're probably going to watch this. I'm joking, Dave. You're fine.
Obviously, you've more or less answered my question already, because you're happy just to race without the pressure and without being a captain or a number one. It's a good spot for you.
Yeah, not only that, just, I race Speedway because I like doing it, and the last few years hasn't been that way, so without, you can answer that, that's fine. But without any pressure.
We'll just wait.
Without any of that pressure, it's just turn up and race and, enjoy being around the boys, and with Midlow, showing us what to do and all the rest of it, it'll be great, so looking forward to that.
Have you had any changes of heart with regard to equipment, engines, etc.? I know there was some question marks about your with Johnsy, with the Johns engines. Are you sticking with that or moving to a different setup?
Yeah, I've changed a lot over the winter. It's everything just seemed to just come at once, and everything that I was doing wasn't working, and then I wasn't happy either, so it was hard to fix anything. It just felt like I was sort of hitting my head against a brick wall at sometimes, but yeah, everything's changed now and I feel good. Bikes seem sweet, so no excuses.
No excuses. And finally, there's still going to be a good Aussie little colony there in the pits, isn't it?
It's got to be. That's what makes this club. So no, we've always had a good history of Australians here, and we all get on well, and the boys that are here that obviously aren't Australians are a good bunch of guys, so it should be fun.
Looking forward to it. Put your hands together, please. Welcome back, Chris Holder. If Matt and Chris do have to disappear for an interview in a minute, we'll excuse them, but for the time being, I know they are there. Right now, I'm going to move down the line and have a word with the gentleman with the tie, who's come smartly dressed today. We usually get a few words. He's got jeans on to counteract the tie, of course. He may sometimes lurk in the background of Poole Speedway, but I can tell you he's never shy. It's Gordon Pairman, our co-promoter. And then there were two, as it were, co-promoter still. Glad to have you still on board. Your thoughts, first of all, on the team that Matt's assembled?
Before I do that, I need to do the advertisement because it was missed out. The ace salesman that is in the room missed it out. The posters here, Matt believes that every single true Poole supporter should have one on the wall. And so Helen will happily sell them after all this. They're only a tenner each, and there's only a small number there. But please, those that would like them, because it's a brilliant poster, then they're there. Right, what was the question?
Before I do that, because I've got the loudest voice in the room, Helen, can you put one aside for me? Don't let them buy them before I've got one. So keep one for me.
Right.
The question again was,
thoughts
is the obvious one really. Thoughts on the team that Matt's put together. I mean, what do you say?
Isn't it good? Isn't it good? Somebody was saying to me earlier on, why is it that, the thing that Matt was saying about people always want to come and ride for Poole, but part of it is because the work is done so far in advance, looking to see what is needed to be done. It's not thought of over the winter, it's done beforehand. And I think the balance is right. We had a bit of imbalance last year. One or two people just didn't get on, and you could see that, and it affects the team. The great years that I've been involved here, I've been where the team have all been really rooting for each other, supporting each other, and I think we've got the right mix this year. And I think we've got some young guys, we've got some experience in it. It's a shame it's going to be a couple of weeks before we get Crest, but I'm so pleased to have him back in the team, and I think it's just a really good classic Poole team for a classic year.
Looking from the outside in, perhaps, Speedway making some changes this year, some radical changes. Fixed race nights is one of them. That's going to be better for us, surely.
Hopefully that's right, yes. I read something just this week, one of the riders saying, I can now organise my life because I know I'll be riding on a Monday and a Wednesday, so it's not just a matter of here, there and everywhere. So hopefully that will make it better for supporters knowing what the nights are. We haven't got the protection on the Wednesday that because I think we were probably stitched up by the Danes on that one, but we don't have any Danes, so we can say that. But it's much better the way it is. I think Matt fought to make sure we kept the Wednesdays. There was a move to have Monday and Thursday, and that just didn't suit at all. So we've still got the Wednesdays, which is good for us. And yes, hopefully this will be the start. But it's not the answer to all the problems, of course it's not. But we're moving in the right direction, so very good.
Out in the public eye, there's sometimes quite a bit of negativity. But do you think Speedway is in good shape? Are we doing enough?
Never doing enough, but there are some good brains now that are coming in. There's some young people who have come into management committee with ideas. We still have some people we need to move on, I think, but bit by bit there are some younger promoters have come in. There are people who are actually involved in outside and selling and marketing and promoting, and I think there are very positive things going on behind the scenes. So yes, I think there are people who, the problem is that when you've got guys of my age who are sitting around the table, Matt talked about social media, this is something my kids get involved in, but we need to have the people of that age who are doing it, because that's what it's all about now, as long as they don't say rude things about me.
Well, we all got to look to the future for sure, and although we'll look to the future, we've also got to look over our past. 70 years being celebrated. Will you be taking part in the celebrations and playing your part?
I've never ridden a bike in my life, so no, I won't be. But yes, I have changed schedule after schedule this winter. I'm trying to book flights ahead, and I now have many flights that won't be going in the way that they should have. But yes, this week's going to be a great week with Friday night, Saturday night. Looking forward to that. Dinner sits in the back of the car. I'm all set. And I bought a new blue bow tie to go on Saturday night. So yes, I think it's sort of these milestones. These are important. I think that the history of the sport is so good, and it's great to be part of it. And this is a great year for us.
Looking forward to this year very, very much, as is Gordon. Thank you, Gordon Pairman. I think it's probably time to have a word with a couple of the guys in the race jackets. Why not? And let's start perhaps with the guy who's nearest to us after Chris, of course. And please welcome back a young man who, well, he certainly plied his trade here and proved himself to be popular during 2017. He's back for more, and we're pleased to see him, James Shanes. James, you'll be picking up where you left off in 2017, but by your standard, and I was amazed that you said this to us at a ref event during the winter, one of our quizzes, when you were a guest, you said that you were disappointed with your form last year, and I find that unbelievable.
Yeah, I struggled a lot through the season with different things and being thrown in the deep end after not really been Speedway for that long. I think it's about 4 years I've been on Speedway, so it's been quite a big jump moving to this league, and it was purely just struggled with trying to learn against, a lot of the rides I've idolised for years, and now I'm trying to ride with them and against them. It was hard work, and I went back during the winter and I knew what I had to work on, what I needed to improve on, and we spent the whole winter working on it, improving on it, and I'm coming to this year excited to start the year again. I've got a great team behind me again, so hopefully we can put all about it and get there.
We were reading in the Speedway Star that actually Matt was very supportive of you last year and was keen to have you back.
Yeah, he was brilliant. He helped me through the, Matt and the fans helped me through the hard time I had. And Matt gave me that little bit of hope at the end of the year, saying I'm 99 back in the team. So that was a great relief. It got me sort of the motivation I needed to go through the year and get my head sorted for the winter. So, it's great to be back. I'm excited to be here. So, hopefully I can improve a little bit more.
Well, I know your commitment is strong. You've upped your game with regards to equipment. You've had a good spend up. Hopefully you've got some sponsorship as well, which has helped. But tell us a little bit about that. And I know that you've developed your stable, as it were.
Yeah, it's been, I've had a lot of help this year with new sponsors coming on board, and it's been fantastic. It's helped me improve on, engines and things like that, which has helped a lot. I think that's part of the reason why I was lacking with being one of the only riders on Jawa. We've been struggling trying to get a setup for England, which I think we've already got. We rode here on Wednesday and I felt okay. I felt better than I have done in a long while. So, I've worked on everything that I should have worked on during the year we've worked on. I've got a new mechanic helping me out now who made his trade as a gator, so hopefully I can get his knowledge and trying to get him out of the game.
It certainly sounds like this year you're, I don't mean to say that you were unprepared last year, but having the benefit of having a 12 months and 1 year in this league, it's got to make it a little bit better, and you know what to expect now.
Yeah, I was, behind sight, I was a little bit unprepared for the year. I didn't expect it to be as hard as it was. It was always going to be hard, but I wasn't expecting what I got. So, we've gone back to the drawing board, we've worked it all out, so hopefully I've come into this year better, fitter, stronger. Bikes are, better than they've ever been, so hopefully we can take steps forward.
There'll be more Speedway for you this year, and what about the grass track? Are you going to be as committed to that as you have been?
It's had to take a little bit of a back seat with, obviously now I'm riding at Sheffield, so I've got, I think, average about 3 metres a week now, so it's going to be hard. I'm still doing the grass track because it's where I've come from, it's who I am, but we're doing more Speedway with Sheffield now and here, so it's all good things. It's going to keep me busy. It's going to keep me on my toes. Hopefully, I can start scoring some more points with that.
You're one of the riders that had a skid round here a week ago, and just trying out the new details to the track, and perhaps give us an idea of what you thought.
Really good actually. It was for the work Matt did and work and money invested into the track. You can really see it was quite odd riding around the track that was flat. A couple of times I expected to find a big hole and it was gone, which shook me a little bit. But yeah, the track's amazing. Rides really well. I think it'll be more of a racing track. I think there'll be several lines you can use. You might be able to create some nice weird things when you're going around.
I'm going to just put this one in. I put this thought of this morning when we were talking again at one of the ref events recently. We talked about the new starting procedure rule, whereby you're not allowed to get off the bike down at the starting tapes. And you actually pointed out to me that there's yourself and one or two other riders that are of not quite such a high stature as myself. And therefore, sometimes it's not easy to actually get exactly how the track, exactly how you want it in your starting block, without actually getting off the bike?
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. Being vertically challenged, it's going to be quite difficult to do my gardening work. I have found a shovel, a little plastic shovel I might use. I'm with Midlow's opinion on it. I think the 2-minute clock is the way forward. It will stop the whole mess around at the start, but it's going to be quite hard to adapt because I think it's only England that got the rule you can't get off your bike, and being short, I think I'm going to struggle quite a lot.
Well, let's hope not. Ladies and gentlemen, James Shames. I'm going to move further down the line, and I think, yes, indeed, he is wearing the number 6 race jacket, which is, incidentally, the riders are wearing the race jackets that they will start with in order. So they are in riding order, and rider order race jackets are being worn today. And so the next man up, Mateusz Szczepaniak. Mateusz, I hope I said that correctly.
Mateusz.
Close. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's better. Yeah. I'll practice for a year and I'll get it right. I hope so too. Finally, ready to play your part for the Pirates. We've stood here, I think, at least once, possibly twice. But this time it's for real. You're going to get a full year.
Yeah. Last time was, I guess, 6 years ago, same place. But then didn't work out. But yeah, Matt. On the ending on the last season, sent me some messages. I think about that, and I'm here, and I'm happy to be here.
We're happy too. Do you have a whole new setup for the UK?
I hope so. I have new engine. I will try it today, and also we find good setups. I have Bart with my team, and he's very experienced in UK tracks. Then. I hope he helped me a lot.
I think Bart will be a big help to you and your team. And no doubt you're not looking to wear number 6 for too long.
I hope so, but everybody wants to win heats. That guy's same, but yeah, I hope so. I do my best to make my average bigger.
Now you've been to Poole before, so you know somewhat what to expect. What are you looking for today? Is there much to learn?
To learn, I don't know. A couple of years ago I was here, but it's not changed nothing. But I have a couple of tracks in UK. Then I didn't wear that, but we have first practice today. It's my first race this year, and I hope so. We'll be fine.
We wish you all the best of luck for the Poole Pirates, for the Volvo Cars Poole Pirates. Mateusz Szczepaniak. Before we get into the top 5, then let's have a word with the man nearest to me, and he'll be looking after the guys, of course. With 7 league titles now to his name, looking very hungry for that 8th one. Please welcome back Neil Middleditch. So 7 league titles and a couple of lean years. Does that make you hungrier?
Yeah, I'm always hungry. I always say that when we were winning sort of 3 in a row.
Always hungry.
Yeah, no, we always want to win the league. I mean, that's what we do at Poole, isn't it? And I think, when we've won so many, they say, well, are you still that hungry? I say, yes, I am. I want to win more and more.
And the team that has put together, once again, he's worked the magic, hasn't he, as Matt? It's a strong, solid team throughout. I mean, that must be a manager's dream.
Absolutely. I think, I've looked around and I've just locally, the last few months, my business people, supporters coming in, they're very excited about the team, as I am. I think what Matt's done is we've assembled a team that has got great potential to improve. I mean, you look at the other teams, there are some good teams there, but I feel that we have that ability to improve our average and therefore be there at the end.
I think, there's no doubt that there's going to be some competition for the number 1 slot, and does that make you feel good that they're going to be going for it?
I think, you know, like Chris said, I think he's happy to ride where he is, but I think, yeah, the number one spot is nice. I mean, BK's got it at the moment, so that's why his rent's so high, so he has to pay. but no, I think, you know, the main thing is the team. I don't want a fight for the number one spot. I want the team to do well, and whoever's number one at the end of the season, so be it.
Couple of changes. We're not seeing the tactical double now. We've got a tactical substitute rule.
Rules, I didn't know that.
How do you view that one?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Have to have a read over the weekend. Yeah.
Never read a rule book in my life. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a couple of silly rules, isn't there? Like, the getting off your bike. I mean, that's an absolute joke. I mean, it's the riders need to prepare, and as I said, I was saying to the boys, the 2-minute clock is it. You get out the gate, you've got 2 minutes. If you're not ready, you're out. End of. Whatever you want to do in that time is up to you. But yeah, the tactical, yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it's back to the old school again, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, one or two things now reminding us with race jackets, tactical substitutes. The riders' report on the track last week was very good. I know you were enthusiastic about it too. Yeah,
I think so. I think, you know, we've got the Aussie enclave and the Polish and obviously Linus and Shainesy. Everybody, a couple of them I've met. You know, Linus, not really met him at all before last week, but yeah, no, really, the team spirit looks really good. It's early days, but everybody seems really upbeat about it. Whereas last year, I felt for one reason or another, there was, you know, it wasn't so good, and I think that showed on our form on the track. And although we made the semis, which a lot of teams would be happy to, we weren't. And so this year is going to be the final.
You actually answered my last question, which was about team spirit as well. So you're done. Neil Middleditch, everyone. So excuse for Chris and Matt, who are going to do their interviews. So thank you to our TV friends and to all our media who are supporting here today and taking news of our new season to the masses. Let's move further down the line then, and let's talk to another newcomer to Wimborne Road, a rider who we're anxious to see. He's following in his grandfather's footsteps today, so please welcome Kacper Woryna. Kacper, not the first time at Poole, I know, but very welcome, and you are following Grandad, which is big to you.
I just got a question for you.
Yes.
Linus was first in line. Why didn't you pick me?
Linus was first in line? Yeah. Ah, yeah, he was. I'm mixing it up. You weren't expecting it, were you? You thought you had a... See, I just thought I'd keep Linus a little bit later and we'd move around.
I was stressed, like, I knew that stress was coming up after Linus, but then you boom, now.
It's a bit like having a tooth out. If they tell you they're going to do it, it'll hurt,
yeah.
And if they don't, it won't hurt. So hopefully this won't hurt.
Yeah, I hope so.
Kacper, seriously, I know it's very big for you. It means a lot to follow Grandad.
Yeah, it means a lot. It's like my dream come true for sure. I hope, of course, I don't remember these times, but I've always followed the Pirates and love the town and Bournemouth, and you know, friends of him that we stay in touch a lot, and every time we see each other. So now it's like even better that we like have a good team spirit, and we like each other. Got some time together, spent yesterday and other days. So it's gonna be a good year for sure.
Definitely so. Neil and myself and Matt, I think, we're old enough to remember Antoni, and a lot of people in the room will remember Antoni with fondness, so we're delighted to have you here. What did he tell you about Poole? Do you remember him talking about his experience here?
He didn't even see me riding a little bike, so I literally don't remember nothing, you know, just some flashes, but nothing.
No, unfortunately not. You've always worn the Pirates emblem. You've had the skull and crossbones for a long time.
Oh yeah, since I raced mini Speedway, so that was like a little tribute to him. Yeah, I like I told, I loved watching Pirates in the TV and coming here to Poole and Bournemouth. So it's like having some favorites on your canvas you can wear. So I put the skull and crossbones.
I'm glad that you did, and it shows a lot of pride. You're coming here today, although you have ridden Poole before. Are you looking to learn today from what you pick up?
Yeah, that's my first ride of the season today, so I'll take it easy for sure. But I'm keen to, you know, step up a little bit and test some of the engines I got. Hopefully we can race till the sun goes down.
Well, that won't be long. We have lights.
Till the tower goes down of the lights.
That's all right. It was a good expression. We'll race till the sun goes down. I like that. In the summer, that will be good. When you come here, you've seen the lineup of the riders that you'll be with. Do you look up to these riders sometimes?
You can say it again?
These riders, some of the riders that you will be with today, are they riders that you have looked up to?
Well, Crest is for sure one of them, because since I followed Poole, he was my the little hero since he signed for Poole, I think 2007 or something like that. And I was always watching him. Happy that he made the world champion. Like, I was watching in the TV and shouting at him so he can make it. And now it's like really weird that we're in the same team and not on the same level for sure, but like same team, you know what I mean? Racing together like teammates. So that's like another dream to come true.
Well, it wasn't that long ago that Chris came here and probably said similar things. So the future is good for you, and wish you the best with the Pirates and for all time. Kacper, Woryna. Who said I had to stick to the script? I didn't mean to pass you by. I was just literally trying to mix it up a bit, and I hadn't overlooked you. So please welcome him now as he comes up to the line, Linus Sundstrom. Linus wearing number 4, and we all know what happened. It was a long time coming to get the deal in place, but I'm sure it was worth waiting for.
Yeah, definitely. I really wanted to be here, and here we are. But it was really frustrating, and I was hoping all the time it will happen, but I can't say I really believed in it. But here we are, and I'm really looking forward to it.
And Matt said, and I know you've said yourself, you actually offered to stand down if it couldn't be arranged for you to be here.
Yeah, that's what I said to him. I say, like, I understand if you can't wait longer. I can fully understand if you need to get your team together, but he stuck onto it, so I think he believed in it more than I did. So really pleased for
that. How important is it for you to ride in the UK?
I want to do more meetings this year, and when Matt contacted me, it was an easy option it was not a hard decision to make to come here, and not been here for 4 years. Last time I was here was 2013 with Peterborough, so want to do it again, and hopefully bang in some good points.
Well, I think a lot of us remember that performance in 2013. Maybe that was on the top of Matt's head when he wanted you to come, because it was a particularly successful night for you.
Yeah, it was alright, and yeah, Heat 15 was good, but Heat 15 is not making your whole career, is it?
You've got the Poole vibe a little bit. You met the fans during the winter, and what's your impression so far?
No, I'm really glad to be here. The way Matt's been treating me, the way the fans treating me, and really happy to have these teammates next to me as well. It feels some of them I never raced with before, but we just spent a few hours out here, and it feels like we knew each other for a long time. So no, I'm really pleased, and I just can't wait to get out there and have a slide.
Absolutely. Well, finally, your suit looks very good. It looks like you did some business when you came here during the winter. Did you manage to sign 1 or 2 local sponsors?
I haven't got anyone here in the UK, to be honest.
Never ask a question that you don't know the answer to. So we didn't rehearse that one, did we?
No, it's just my Swedish one, but if anyone would be interested, just get in touch.
We noticed actually when the bikes went out that there's a bit of space on Linus' side cover. So if anyone fancies getting involved with Linus, then he's here to talk to you today.
Space everywhere, they are completely empty.
I was being kind. Roll up, get them while they're hot. Linus Sundstrom, everyone. All right, we're going to leave the skipper until last. He is last in line, and please don't go to sleep just yet, Josh. Ladies and gentlemen, coming back, and what a success he was last year. Matured into the real deal. Our number one, Brady Kurtz. Hey Brady, third time up here for the Pirates, and at 21 years, would you say that last year was your making?
Yeah, definitely. I had a really good year last year. I was happy to be back, and it made it a lot easier second time around. And yeah, I'm hoping this year can be easier again, and I can continue where I left off. And yeah, hopefully we can all have a good season. We've got such a good team with a lot of good bunch of guys, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Now, you were far away during the winter, obviously, back home in Australia. We watched in wonder at Heat 1 of the SGP in Australia. We saw you come out as reserve, and on that occasion, I think there was Magic, Chris, and Antonio Lindback. But you saw them all off in Heat number 1. That must have been a pretty big moment.
It was. That was something pretty cool. You know, that's something you dream about when you're a kid to win a race in the GP. And yeah, it was pretty funny. Right before Heat 1, I was standing with Todd, who was my mechanic on the day, and I said, "Imagine how cool it'd be if someone touched the tapes in Heat 1." and the next minute I was out there, and yeah, that was awesome.
Can I suggest that when you have a chat with Todd on Friday, say, wouldn't it be cool if we win the championship this year? I think that would be a good call. In contrast to that, the Australian Championship, although most people would have been delighted with a silver medal or a podium, I'm unfortunate that you just didn't quite get there. Beaten to it, pipped at the post. How do you feel?
Yeah, I was. You know, it was disappointing at the time, but you know, the year before I had an absolutely dreadful Aussie title series, and I think I came like 8th or 9th or something like that. So to the next year to come second was, you know, a massive backup for me, and yeah, I thought I had it at times, but a few too many mistakes from me. I think I was excluded 3 or 4 times or something by my own fault every time, and yeah, and that cost me in the end. But you know, I had a really good Aussie summer. I was, you know, in quite good form at all the rounds, and yeah, hopefully I can build on that for the rest of the season. In the rounds or in the rides that you finished, I mean, success and 3 points all the way. So we know that the form is there. Pirates number 1, Heat number 1. Getting used to it now. Yeah, I quite like Heat 1 actually. Yeah, it's always cool to be number 1 for any team, and to be number 1 for the Pirates is something special as well. And I'd like to hold on to that for as long as possible. But you know, if someone else was to beat me to it, I'd be happy to hand it over. Well, there you go. I was going to ask you, are you going to fight for it, or how do you feel about it? So you've answered that one. Any special preparation for this year? Not too much different to last year. Obviously, you know, I've signed for a lot of different teams around Europe, and but for England, I had a good season last year. So it's like I want to do everything I can to make everything right for this year, and not change too much at the same time. But yeah, I've got a bit of a mix with, you know, a bit of new equipment, but obviously trying to keep the same sort of setup as last year, because I knew that was working. And yeah, we'll see how it goes tonight, and yeah, we'll start from here. If it's not broke, don't fix it, as they say. Exactly. The winter looks good on you. You come back, you look very fresh and relaxed. I'm hoping that you are rested. No, I am. I had a good summer, as I always do at home. It's nice to go home after being away for nearly a whole year, and yeah, you always have a good time. But I think this year was a bit weird for me. I actually wanted to come back early this year, and yeah, I felt like I was really ready to take it on this year, and yeah, I'm excited to get going. We're excited too. We're ready to have you. Brady Kurtz. So this year we've saved the last word for the skipper. So please welcome as he returns to Wimborne Road. He was very popular last time he came here. I'm sure it'll be no different this time. Josh Grajczonek. Hey, an experienced captain at Somerset and now captain of the Pirates. That feels good.
Yeah, I don't know. I was a bit shocked when Matt asked me to be captain, and obviously I took it on with both hands. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You know, we've got a good bunch of guys. I know most of these guys from past years and stuff like that. So yeah, it should be good.
Well, I was going to say you've got some great names in there, and what's it like to be skipper of them? But obviously, you feel relaxed about that.
Yeah, we'll find out after today. Nah, it should be alright. I think, you know, a lot of these boys race everywhere, all over Europe and stuff, so they know what they're doing. So, yeah, a few guys haven't been here for a few years, and I was pretty surprised that Matt got them to come back over, which is good for us. It shows that people are still interested in racing in British Speedway. So, yeah, it's going to be hopefully a good year. We've sort of been gelling and talking and hanging a bit of a crap on each other and whatever, but yeah, it's good so far.
Sounds like the team spirit's working all right. Yeah, there's nothing wrong there. It's familiar territory, of course, for you because you've been part of the Pirates before. You know exactly what to expect.
Yeah, there's always a lot of pressure on here, but you know it's good pressure that makes you want to. It sort of brings the best out in you. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I sort of approached Matt halfway through last year and said that I wanted to come back, and he put me in his plans, which is good. You know, it's good to have that backing as well. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to a good season, and obviously Somerset didn't really work out last year. We didn't really have a number one, so it was a bit hard for us. But yeah, this year we've got BK, big dog down there, so and Chris as well. So I'm really looking forward to it. It should be a good one.
Now, you were one of the ones that practiced last Wednesday. You know what the Poole track was like previously as a visitor. These guys were doing it every week, but it must be a relief to see it smoothed out, looking good.
Yeah, when Matt put it in the group message in the winter saying that he's doing this work, we were all giving him a bit of crap, thinking it wasn't going to happen. But to our surprise, it was really good last week. It was actually very smooth, and you know you could pick a few different options coming into the corners. Where you know last time you'd sort of try and dodge the holes and whatever. But no, it was enjoyable, and you know I think that's going to be good for racing here this year.
One of the messages that went out that people were saying the track was a little bumpy, hard to ride. They put it down to home advantage. Do you wear that?
Yeah, well, I did say to Matt, I'm not coming unless it's rough and bumpy, but rough and deep. But you know, we all like to ride smooth tracks, and it's gonna like it's safety as well. So there was nothing wrong with it before. Everyone knew where the holes were and stuff, but you know, it wasn't a big deal. But you know, it's even better now that they're smoothed out.
Well, it's brilliant to have you as part of our team in 2018, part of a big year, our 70th anniversary. We wish you all the luck and bring back the points. Josh Grajczonek. Well, I don't think I've missed out anybody this time, so I'm delighted. Chris and Matt are obviously doing their part. I'm sure the guys can be persuaded to stay in place for a while, just for a few moments, if any of you have got cameras and you want to take a picture. I'm not quite sure, Midlow, are we having any more pictures done? They've all been done now on the centre. So that'll be your opportunity if you want to grab a picture now. And for gentlemen of the press, media, if you want to interview the riders, they'll be available for you once the guys have had their pictures from the assembled group here. So thank you all very much indeed. We aim to be on track. It's now about 5:30, and I think the plan was to get on track for about 6 o'clock. So do mingle, have a chat with the guys if you want to, but hopefully we'll see some action in about 30 minutes' time. Thank you very much indeed, everyone.